Hello guys, welcome back. Alpha here, and today we're going to be looking at a mod for Arma 3. It's called Edn Fortifications, which is short for Edn Fortifications. It's an in-game fortification construction thing that is absolutely awesome. And Reed, fuck you. I don't want to be in your group anymore because you're bothering me. So, yeah, it's really cool. We're going to show you how to set up in a minute, but first we're going to see what it actually does. So we are here, of course, in the awesome terrain of Singin, and as you can see, that's OP Singin South up there. This was in the midst of me building that. As you can see, I also enabled real light, because the release date for Apex. Yay. So what we're going to do is is this like IEDs? I guess that is, I don't know. This place is crazy. So we're going to go over here and we're going to see what this thing does. So I'll show you how to set up in a minute, but what we're going to do first is once you get this add-on, you just put it in, you go into the launcher, you add it like any other add-on, enable it, boom. And so when you get in game, after you set it up, which I'll show you again in a minute, you hit Control B and it brings up this menu, construction menu, fortification menu. And you have the options like you can align it to ground. We'll show you what that does in a minute. Now it brings this thing up, which brings you the 3D object as well as the, pretty much all the options. Now, and as you can see, it gives you requirements. If you add the objects with no requirements, then you don't need like sandbags and stuff like it offers, such as this one. See, it gives you that shit, and it gives this error because that's what single player does, because it gives you these black errors and it's annoying as fuck. So after you select what you want to do, we're going to do the Hescos, three Hescos together. We're going to hit build, and then it's going to bring you this little cool thing where you can just walk it around. And it also gives you that cool little black box giving you an error because fuck you, Arma. And as you can see, it's a complete 3D object, so it's really cool. So the controls are, of course, scroll wheel is you hit scroll wheel and then either a spacebar or middle mouse button, depending on what you use to detach the object. I and K is I is to move it away from you, K is to bring it back, J is to rotate it right, and L is to rotate it left. And I believe that and to raise the elevations up and down. What we're going to do is pretty much, you can do anything with this. Obviously, it's like if you want to build fortifications on the fly, or say you want to set up an outpost maybe in this compound. Yeah, it's easy as pie right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just hit detach object. It's going to give me this error because that is what it does. I don't know why. So ignore that. And pretty much you can now, there it is. There's a fortification, and it's, you can shoot at it. And, all that shit. And if you don't like it where it is, you can just say move object and you can grab it. And you can move it wherever you want. So we'll go ahead and see what you can do. For say, for example, we want to shoot into another compound. Say there's a compound there. You can just do this and then build all these fortifications. And, of course, in real time. So, for example, be a little careful there. Sometimes it brings you the option automatically, which is really cool. And of course, these objects don't come with it. You can add as many objects as you want. Like, for example, to, like this obstacle ramp. You can add this obstacle ramp. Obviously, you're going to need to rotate it because it's in your face, and that's not going to work. So, for example, you build this ramp and get it perfect, and then you hit detach object because it gives you the option. You can just walk up, and boom! You can walk on the Hescos. So now you got a little ramp. And then, after that, say, for example, you want to, build another layer of Hescos. There you go. You can do that right here. On the fly. Like that. Boom. Now you got another layer of Hescos. And say, for example, you want to, like I said, shoot up on the other compound, for example. You have that option, and just do whatever you want. You can be so creative with this, like me. You could be just like me, creative as fuck. And if you don't like the way it looks, well, then you can change the way it looks. Then say for example you got we get the single block, you have that added to your object, so you can kind of look at the 3D example and then place that shit down. And then if you have ace, you can climb on top of this bitch, and boom, you're on the HESCO now. And luckily, if you don't go through this wall, you can now see on the other side. So I mean, you can be creative. And then, for example, you have the now you're kind of fucked because you're exposed. So let's build some sandbags to cover yourself. So there you go. Now you got a sandbag wall, and now you can shoot into the other compounds, and you have like a little fortification, kind of like what they do in real life Afghanistan, except I think they use buildings like that. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump off here. We're not kill ourselves. And we're going to see the good thing about this obviously is this is kind of like the Edn editor, like it says Edn Fortifications in real time. And you can say, for example, a lot of times you use the buildings to your advantage to get into just to have protection. So they use like the tops of buildings to get in to shoot in other compounds, aka compound warfare. So what we're going to do here is we're going to in real time build a fortification, and I'm going to speed it up so that way you guys don't have to sit there and wait forever. Alright, so we're back here. Made a little makeshift fortification. Took me about maybe 5 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on how long it took. I don't know. But yeah, so as you can see, this is all in real time. Got a little guard shack right here. I did fall, so it's kind of I damaged myself, but I'm good. I'm not gonna bleed out, die, or anything. And so yeah, I'm able to shoot out this guardhouse right here. I don't know why I'm so far close up. I guess I don't know, but you can see I'm able to shoot out, and you can see my little fortification. That looks really cool. So I got sandbags around here, just being a little creative, so that way they won't be able to shoot through the wood. And I got some side protection right here, the sandbags. So if I was to take flank from the I believe the northeast, I would be able to protect myself, as well as the HESCOs in the back and a little sandbag protection. So that way if I decide to stand up and reload or whatever, I have to crouch, which of course is bad if you don't if you want to shoot over in that direction. But this is mainly would be like an ammo dump or something they bring, 7.62 or 5.56 depending. We just put an M249 or M240 Bravo gunner up here, AR, be able to shoot out from this guard tower. Obviously this wouldn't be a really good place to put a guard tower, but anyway, as you can see, what you're able to do. And even the best part, as you can see, this is the wood does the long ass thing. That guard tower is super big. You can see it looks really cool. And even I can add something like all about what you add. Say for example the shoot house wall. I can add the shoot house wall. Obviously you can see a bit better what it looks like. Also, if you do, the only unfortunate thing is if you do not want to use it, you have to do it manually by removing object. Shoot house wall long. For example, we want to patch up a opening in the compound. All I have to do is hit that, and then boom, they can't get in through here, and it's really cool. So as you can see, it's really good for have all the objects you've added in through the 3D editor, and you can actually have them as real-time build fortifications, and it's really cool. So now we're going to take a look at how to actually add those objects in game like these, because these don't come default within the first part of the build. So without further ado, we're going to go into the 3D Edn editor, and we're going to show you how to add those objects to the Edn Fortifications Alright, we are back here in Arma 3. This is the Edn editor, and we're going to show you how to add objects to the Edn Fortifications 3D build. So what we're going to do here is, as you can see, these are the modules. Now, this is the most tedious thing. Not really, but it is a bit. So as you can see, is the name of this is actually the added blueprint for fortification, which is the actual module. So these are the objects that I had to add in. So we're going to show you how to do that. I have not added yet the Hesco's 5 times Hesco block, so we're going to do that right now. So you go to Systems, go to Modules, and then you go down, and if you have this mod enabled, you'll see the Fortifications tab. Click on it, and the only thing you need to really worry about is Add Blueprint. If you use a clear blueprints, some of the objects don't actually appear even though you've already added them. So yeah, you might want to not put that in. However, it does come with the default sandbags. However, if you just place another module with the long sandbags, it removes the actual requirements such as the sandbags and all that. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this right here. I place them together, so it makes sense. You're gonna double click on it, and you're just gonna have several things here. The category is the when you hit Control B and you hit Build, there's a little drop down menu which allows you to select the category. I just keep it in walls just so they're all there. If you want to make it more complex, that's up to you. These are the resources required. That's, for example, like if you want to make, like, you have to have like 2 5.56 magazines to build Hesco, something stupid like that. That's where you put it. I'm not gonna mess with it because I don't want to mess with it, and I don't know how to mess with it, so we're gonna ignore that. However, the most important thing is the class name. That's the object you want to add. So we're gonna hit OK quickly, and the easiest way to do that obviously is to go into your objects, props, and to add a Hesco, obviously we hit the H and then the dash. That automatically brings it up for me. So you want to use some other wall, you can do that. This is it right here, the H barrier 5 blocks. So that's going to be this object that's going to be able to be added in game. Obviously you saw this object, which was the 3 times we were using a lot of. The class name you're looking for is the one right under this, which is the, if you can see in the black box, land underscore H barrier underscore 5 underscore F. That's what you want to add. That's the class name. If they ever ask you what's a class name for any object, that's what it is. It's going to give you the name on the top, and then the bottom is a class name, which is the technical name for that object. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, as you can see, land underscore H barrier, which is H and barrier capitalized underscore 5 underscore F. So we're going to do this. Land H barrier underscore 5 underscore F. We're going to look at that again, hit OK. We're going to look at that, and we're going to make sure that's correct. We're going to go here again, 2 R's, IR, and make sure that, even though I don't know if it's case sensitive, I would be extra careful with the case sensitive, just in case. And then once you're done here, drag that there. That will be allow you to build it. Now we're gonna obviously save, because it's always good to save, and we're gonna go back in game and go see if it's there. So I'll see you there. All right, so we're in game here. We're at the base that I set the template up at, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see if that worked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit Control B, construction menu, and as you can see, the HBR 5 blocks is already there. Obviously, there's no requirements for it, and it's gonna bring that black box piece of shit right there. I'm guessing because it doesn't have any requirements. But don't worry about it. If it's a multiplayer and you're hosting it for friends, that won't pop up. So if you're recording, that won't screw it up. So we're going to hit build, and obviously it's right here. Same controls apply. J to rotate it, J and L, I and K to, move it away from you so you can see what you're doing. And obviously you hit a space bar or middle mouse button to detach the object. And there you go. That is buildable in game. And then again, if you want to, say for example, want to walk up on it, either you can climb on it, or you can add the object ramp to the game, and then climb up on there. Boom! There you go. Now you have an area where you can shoot out from. and then of course shoot any Taliban or whatever that comes trying to fuck with you. So without further ado, that was the Edn Fortifications mod review. I rated 10 out of 10. I mean, I mean, if you like the squad mechanics or the mechanics that squad has, you know, obviously it would be really cool to have an option where you can have them, like, other teammates kind of use the shovels or do something to kind of help build that fortification up so it doesn't look like it's instant. I mean, that would be something cool to have. I think there might be a mod like that. But, I mean, I rate it, it's something I always look forward to seeing in Arma 3, and obviously I found it, and I rate it 10 out of 10. So, without further ado, if you do enjoy this, you want to see more mod previews like this for Arma 3, hit a like, tell me, subscribe if you like Arma 3, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5, a lot of great footage, help me get to 1 million subscribers. That's a total joke, that's not gonna happen, but, yeah, if you do enjoy these types of videos, let me know, I'll do more of them, and even if, you don't tell me, I'm still gonna do them because I like doing this. So without further ado, stay chill, Alpha out.